everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Amanda, and on this channel I share my journey as a part-time hobby artist with the hopes to one day making a modest living from my art. I am at the very beginning of that journey, so I hope you stick around to see where it takes us. In these artist vlogs, I like to share my favourite art materials, behind the scene peeks at my current drawings, and share with you any future plans for my art. Today's vlog is all about underpainting with Pan Pastels for a coloured pencil drawing. Plus, yes, you read that title right, it's Christmas in July. I'm really sorry, but I have already been working on a Christmas themed art and yeah, we'll get into that later, but don't worry, I haven't lost the plot. Well, I don't think so anyway, but yeah, we'll get into that later. I have been practicing using Pan Pastels to build up my base layers before I go in on top with colour pencils, and honestly I think it's a game changer. If you haven't seen my last video where I swatch and review the set I bought with my birthday vouchers, please do. I'll put it in the description, the link to that video, and you can check that out. As you can see here, I'm working on a side profile of a robin. The reference photo I got from Unsplash. I'll pop it up on the screen. I got my line work sketched out and I finished the eye and the beak. And now I'm going in with the Pan Pastels for the base layers. Personally, I think using Pan Pastels for an underpainting actually takes the stress out of starting a new pencil artwork. I like to use them for blocking in general values, the lights, the midtones and the shadows, so that when I start layering colour pencils on top, I already have a good light foundation of colour. Plus, having this underpainting obviously speeds things up as most of the white of the paper is partially covered. However, you don't want this to be covered completely, as you need to remember the many layers of pencils we still want to put on top. A good tip is to use a light hand, because too much pastel can clog the tooth of your paper and make it hard for the colour pencils to grip. It's important to take your time when building up your layers, as you can still erase Pan Pastel if you think you've gone too dark. I like using a kneaded eraser, which works well with Pan Pastels as it picks up the colour without causing too much damage to the paper. It also works well to mark out highlighted areas. I am working on Fabriano Artistico paper, which is 300 GSM. It's hot press paper, so nice and smooth. And I'm using a small applicator here, which gives me more control and lets me softly build up the colour. I think the best thing to do when picking your colours for the underpainting is to look at your reference and see what colours stand out for you. The colours I've used here are the three most basic colours of a robin. You almost have to squint your eyes to see which colours are the most dominant ones, or blur your photo like I've done here to make them more obvious. I mark out the different areas with a light pencil first, and I use the burnt umber Pan Pastel for the robin's back and the wing feathers, the raw sienna, which is a nice rusty orange colour, for the robin's breast, and finally the neutral grey for the light grey feathers, which lay between the colours. As I've said, I have picked these colours for a purpose. They are the closest to the robin. Remember, as I'm going for realism, I need the colours to be pretty close to the actual feathers on the robin. However, if you're not going for realism, you could try something that's completely random for the underpainting colour. This is something I would like to experiment with in the future, as I think you could get some pretty amazing effects. I think you have to be pretty selective when you're picking the underpainting colour, as you don't want anything too dark. Just like when you are using only colour pencils, you generally use the lightest colour first for the bottom layer, as you want that colour to show through the other colours that you lay on top. so you're able to create depth. And now for the pencil details. Don't get me wrong, using a underpainting does quicken your pace with colour pencil drawings, but of course the numerous pencil layers, it still takes a lot of time, and you need to take your time to make sure that you build up the layers with your colours and your tones from light to dark. Again, make sure you don't go in too heavily with the Pan Pastels. I found that both Faber Castell Polychromos and Caran Luminance pencils work brilliantly on top of Pan Pastels, and they are great to add the very small tiny details for realism drawings. The kind of fine details you wouldn't really be able to achieve with just using pastels. Oh yeah, just so you know, I had to move my drawing board to my living room as I was melting in our conservatory. Oh, the heat. This forever ongoing heat wave is driving me crazy. And yes, I am still moaning about the heat. But I did enjoy the change of scenery. And I know I'm not alone when it comes to that, because I've heard so many other YouTubers complain about the weather, and they're all British. We just can't deal with the hot weather. But yeah, I've been enjoying the rain that we've had the last couple of weeks. So more of that, please. So finally, it was time to decide on the background colour, and I really like the reference photo colour, a lovely spring green. So I decided to just do a flat one colour background, which should bring the attention back onto the robin, and I picked the bright yellow green shade Pan Pastel for this. I then used the larger round soft sponge for this, as they are good to use to cover bigger areas like backgrounds. It didn't take me long at all to finish the background. I did faff around more than I should have, but I wanted to make it look as flat as possible. Remember, I am still learning too. But I think it looked pretty good. It only took a few layers and I was quite happy with how it turned out. Let me know in the comments what you think of him, and if you have used Pan Pastels as an underpainting before, and let me know your experiences with it.
Once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again when dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. Getting old don't bother me, 'cause with eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier to see.
Okay, so I've left this to last, as I know a lot of people cringe at the word Christmas in July, but I've not lost my marbles, well, not completely, but I have actually been thinking about attempting to make my own Christmas cards this year. And as it's mid-July now, I wanted to get started on some designs I had in mind, colour pencils take forever, so I thought maybe if I could do a Christmas design every month, I could end up with a nice little collection. And as I said before, I am looking to eventually sell my drawings as greeting cards. So I guess it won't hurt to start to think about some designs as early as right now and see how I get on with both the drawings and the card design process. And if you've been here a while and know me well, you will know that autumn and Christmas is my favourite time of year, and I'll be too busy drawing mushrooms and pumpkins and golden leaves in the autumn to even think about Christmas. So I thought this was a good time to get started on this. So as you can see, I have been working on my reindeer, and I had this photo saved in my likes on my Unsplash app for ages, and I finally got around to draw him and work on him in the past couple of weeks. It was really odd thinking about Christmas during a heat wave, I must admit that. And I didn't use any Pan Pastel for the base layer either, as I didn't have the best colour for him. So I just went 100% colour pencil with him. As you can see from the reference photo, it's just a photo of a reindeer, and I have added a Christmas decoration to his antler for a little bit of Christmas magic. Don't worry, I will stop saying Christmas very soon. And I will try and show you how I get on with him in future videos and how my Christmas cards develop. As I don't have a good enough printer, I am currently getting stuff printed online, such as these two bookmarks I have designed and had printed by Vistaprint. Now, I like them, but now I know I want them to be printed on thicker cardstock, and I would like to print them myself. So hopefully I will soon be in the market for a new printer, so I would be able to print my own cards, bookmarks, etc. in the future. And yeah, if you have any good art printers recommendations, please let me know in the comments. I think it would be so much more easier and cheaper in the long run if I can print my own stuff, and I would have more control over the end result, which of course is a good thing. So yeah, this is my plan. I really want to make Christmas cards this year. Even if I don't get round to selling them just yet and they end up only being for friends and family, I thought it would be a good place to practice for when I do start selling greeting cards. Plus, of course, I need to work on my designs first and foremost. And I thought it would be a good idea to have some designs ready to go. I hope I haven't annoyed you too much with the Christmas chat. I am thinking of drawing a sea turtle next, maybe in a beautiful tropical blue sea, just to get the summer vibes back. But yeah, keep an eye open for that in future vlogs. They are my favourite sea animals, so I have been kind of nervous to draw them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also, sorry for not having a practical sketchbook magic episode for you from the past few weeks. But unfortunately, I've had some health issues and hospital appointments taking up some time. Nothing to worry about, I'm fine. But I'm trying to get back into my sketchbook for some nice, relaxed doodling very, very soon. So yeah, I miss it, and I hope I'll have something for you soon. But until my next video, please take care and bye for now.